today we're here with Deanna Alexic and Nina Porteous.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. I didn't mess up those two names, so this is great. All right, so tell us a little about your program and what it's all about and who you serve.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, BOLD, Becoming Our Life Dreams, is the setting is in Hearthstone School in Orville.
Okay.
And we serve middle through high school age girls. And pretty much any young woman who wants to join can join.
Wow.
The direction that we're going in is getting girls career ready and college ready.
And how do you do that?
Well, we first make connections with the girls. So, you know, it's not, we want to get them in a social emotional space with each other.
Okay.
So we want to create a supportive environment. And so that takes some time,
right? Absolutely.
And we do some tracking with academics and credits, and we talk a lot about goals. We get them involved with a mentor through Butte County Office of Education. Yeah, this year each girl worked with a mentor, and they were able to talk about their plans and their hopes.
Oh, wow.
And that was a process of about, 8 weeks, I think, that they were working with mentors.
So how did girls decide to get in your program? How did this whole thing start? I mean, the idea behind it, where did it come from?
The idea. Well, you know, I really like that question because it starts with a question. And as a teacher at the school working with independent study students, I intake students, and I would often get, our counselor would send me girls. And I was noticing when I asked girls why they were coming to an independent public charter, a lot of the girls would share that they were having issues on larger campuses. You know, bullying or not feeling supported or not finding a space, you know, that they felt comfortable with. And Nina might be able to talk a little bit more about her experience, but it was a repeated pattern and there was no single face to what that experience was. So this was not this kind of girl that was saying that. It was all kinds of girls that were, you know, saying that. And maybe some that also had been provoking situations, who knows, but needless to say, girls were coming and didn't feel like they had a space. And we didn't want to just have a counseling session, because that's not what our program is. It's really getting girls to kind of trust their space with other females again and create not a culture of bullying or competition, but of support for each other. And so that's how it started. And Kim Gazzetti, my boss, I would have conversations with her, and I would say, could we just have, you know, an hour a week where we could just sit with some girls? And this went on for a few years, and finally we piloted the program 2 years ago.
That's great.
And how did you get involved?
Actually, they had a pilot year, and I was more than, they were like, you should come do this, you should join this. And then I was like, no, I got other things to do. Like, I have other things to worry about. And then this last year, becoming a fifth-year senior, I was like, I need some form of support. And I just walked in one day, I was like, I'm gonna see what this is about. And then I just ended up staying for a different reason. Like, I was there for credits, and then I stayed there because I started making friends with the other girls and started liking the support and became more, I guess, opened up to more of myself than what I was doing at school.
Now, how did you find out about the BOLD program?
My teacher told me.
And so when you decided to make that decision to go, what made you actually say, okay, I remember the BOLD program and I'm going to go there?
Well, because there's separate teachers for each student, and my teacher was like, you should really do this because you need like 60 credits of electives, and this is how you're going to do it. And so with BOLD, it's an elective based on hours, and you sign a log. And so I found a way to have an hour of electives every single day. So I could get my credits, and then I started finding other things that I had to do, and I just started becoming like really involved in the whole program. So yeah, it was really awesome.
And now you're a BOLD graduate?
Yeah, graduated.
So what kind of stuff are you doing?
Yeah,
what's a typical week with the BOLD program?
With the BOLD program, so BOLD we meet once a week, but I would talk to Deanna more than once a week because she was one of my teachers on campus, and we would talk about, well, we're gonna do this, or I'm thinking about doing this, or I was just really involved more than I would have thought that I would have been.
What were you doing?
Like I was helping plan the volunteers. I was helping plan the Special Olympics. I was helping the other girls need to do what they were doing because I was one of the older girls. They were like, well, we're going to start college or we're going to start doing Reg to Go stuff. And they're like, well, we don't know how to do it. So I would be helping them. So, yeah.
So you went in to get mentoring and you ended up being a mentor.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's actually
Isn't that
how a
neat?
lot of the mentors described it. They're like, she doesn't really need our help, but the other girls do. So yeah, it was all good.
Nina
it's
went
a-
above and beyond. I
Yeah.
mean, in a lot of ways, we'd be working on resumes and she would have it like done the day. And I'd be like, oh, what am I going to do with you today?
But you know what? That's a great way to
Yeah.
instill confidence in these girls, and
Absolutely.
that's why
Yeah.
you know, I mean, being able to go back in and mentor now someone else.
That's exactly what I'm doing next year. I'm going to
Oh,
come
that's
back
great.
in because I'm going to be going to Butte next year, and so I'm not
Yes.
actually going to be there, but I'm going to come back in every time they meet and say, okay, here I am. What do you need help with? Like,
So she started in this program, and she was a fifth-year senior and struggling a bit. And then you met with Deanna, and you came into the BOLD program. And now you're going to be studying religious studies at Butte College. So I mean, that's pretty amazing. I think that's a great, a big difference from where she was. And I mean, that's a good testament to other women and girls that are coming into the program.
It's a process.
Absolutely.
How would you say it's changed your life?
BOLD, definitely changed my life. When in high school, I was having a really hard time. I got bullied, threatened, actual threatened.
Oh, wow.
And I transferred into Hearthstone and went into BOLD, and now, honestly, I probably wouldn't even have done this without for BOLD. I was a shy person. I kind of stayed within myself. Meeting with mentors, and it just made me realize, I can be who I want to be, and I don't have to
Absolutely.
be scared of whoever, and I can do what I need to do, and I can be independent on my own. I don't need anybody else to help me, and yeah.
And this show is obviously all about girls this week.
Yeah.
It's all about girls and kind of watching the community wrap their arms around these young girls and show you that there is another path. It doesn't have to be bullying and different situations. And it also sounds like it also teaches you how to, deal with those situations if you are in them.
Yeah,
So-
that's an important piece because you can't end the challenges that come, but you can
Right.
sit in what you can do about it. And we practice that because to say that you're never going to get triggered in a group of young women or old women is not true.
Right.
So
Right.
you have to
Very
learn to be able to have those skills in the toolbox.
Life skills.
Yeah, absolutely.
So is this only in your school, or where else do you have the BOLD program right now?
Right now, it's at Hearthstone. We're looking at going to other sites through the Butte County Office of Education. So the focus is right now on the Hearthstone Middle School. We're starting middle school program last year too.
Oh, good.
At 2 high school, and then we might be going into some other schools through Butte County Office of Education.
So
And
tell us
possibly
about
out of the country.
Yes, out of the country. What's the South Africa connection?
That, is pretty amazing, and it happened relatively fast, so my head's kind of slowing down from spinning, but I'm going August 2nd and going to be traveling around South Africa with Teach with Africa,
Wow.
which is a nonprofit out of San Francisco, and EdTech. And what they're doing is they're bringing teachers over to work with technology and best practices throughout South Africa. But when I went 3 years ago, I was in South Africa teaching for the summer, and I made some connections with some really very, very bright women, young women there who are teachers, and established relationships. So they've been watching on Facebook some of
that's
the
great.
postings and said, we really are excited about your BOLD initiative. Actually, they call it the initiative. I love it.
Yeah,
and
it
so
is.
tell us more about it. And then I'm going to start a program in Cape Town, hopefully, and we'll get the girls to connect on an online forum, and who knows what can happen from there when you share
That'll
a
be- yeah.
global connection from
Yeah.
Oroville to Cape Town, South Africa, and to say that the girls are different but not totally different.
That
No.
gives me chills.
Yeah, it does.
really does.
And the girls
They're
are
amazing.
different, but we all deal with the same things.
They're much more alike than
Yes.
it appears, and they need the opportunity to realize that for themselves.
Yes.
So
Who would think from little Orville all the way to Cape Town?
Yep.
it's going to
just
happen, and I
extraordinary.
hope someday that we can bring some girls over and have even a more live relationship,
Yes.
not virtual.
Yeah, and you guys, you also take these kids and they do volunteer opportunities and things like that. So
They
you're
have.
getting them out there to be part of the community, which is
Yes,
huge.
yes.
To help you see a different side of your community and what's out there. And so I mean, I think what you're doing is amazing.
How can
and
people find out more information
They
about?
can go on the Butte County Office of Education website, and we have our little logo on there.
Okay.
And it shows a little bit of the celebrations at the end of the year, but there's also the Special Olympics photos that are amazing. And, you know, they can contact me through Butte County Office of Ed too. But, you know, we're hoping to get more girls involved. As always, that's kind of a challenge to get them, you know, to come into a new situation, as we would with anything, right?
what was your website?
It's bcoe.org, so it's
Okay.
Butte County Office of Education.org,
.org,
and you'll see the bold logo. And usually people are like, bold? What's bold? You
Yeah.
know? Because when we say for women, you were bold, it's usually like, oh, I better tone down.
I know.
But this is a good bold.
That's the whole conversation that
That's a whole other piece.
Cheryl Sandberg and Condoleezza Rice had. Do you remember that about the lean in and
Yes,
that women
yes.
are called brash and they're called
to lean in, you mean?
We love
when
bold
we
women.
are strong, sometimes people would think that as negative, and I think the fact you're teaching these girls that
That's
yes,
okay.
it's self-reliance, but it's interconnected self-reliance, because together we're even better. Alone we're awesome,
Right.
and together we're better. And
Yeah.
that's what, as you're empowering these girls to say, yeah, I'm okay on my own, and when I need help, I know I can go get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an extraordinary gift you're giving them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can think of how junior hires are going to be affected even
Oh,
when you were in
absolutely.
fifth year senior. Imagine if you had learned this message when you were in seventh
So
grade.
that's what we're
Yes.
hoping, yeah. And
That's
we're
when you
hoping
need
for
it the
that. And
most.
you know
Yeah,
what, one
exactly.
thing too is that there's so many women involved in this. Like I said, the Butte County Office of Education women, and it's just, there's a lot of female support. So
Awesome.
That's what we
We
need.
love hearing about this.
Yeah.
If you guys watching know of other programs like this, be sure and let us know at the station, because we're always looking for these kind of success stories. It's really exciting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing with us
Thank you.
and with
Thank you
our
for
viewers,
coming.
and we look forward to great things from the Bold Initiative.
Bold.
Be bold.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to take a quick break before we come back with the second half of our show, which is also about girls. And so thank you so much, you guys, for being on. We really
you.
appreciate it. And stay tuned. Right after this message, we'll be back with you in just a bit with the second half of the forum.
Hi, we're back with more girls. We're talking to Girls Inc. today, and I have the executive director, Erica Weishman, and also the treasurer, Amanda Davidson. So it's so great to have you guys on. I think this is we're gonna have such an empowering show today, because it's all about girls. So tell us a little bit about Girls Inc. and how it got started.
Well, Girls Incorporated of the Northern Sacramento Valley, we are completely local in Shasta and Tehama County, but we are an affiliate of the national organization, which runs in the U.S. and Canada.
Oh, wow.
So our local was founded in 2006.
Okay.
And there was a group of women in Tehama County, some educators and some bold women that felt like we needed programs for girls. And so they kicked it off for us.
So what type of programs do you offer to girls in our communities?
We run gender-specific programs in schools and community centers, anywhere from sporting chants, getting the girls active, to economic literacy, teaching them how to, balance a checkbook and have a checking or savings account and save money, to preventing adolescent pregnancy. There's a huge range of programs offered.
Yeah. And then how can someone join your program? If there's a girl, are there any specific types of girls you're looking for? Can anyone join?
It's open to any girls, technically ages 5 to 18.
Wow, you even go as low as 5.
Each program can be arranged to fit the different ages depending on the levels or the schools or the centers.
So who runs the programs and how do they get started?
We have facilitators that are trained, and they're trained in our Girls Inc. programming, and then they're also trained in Girls Circle.
Okay.
So we were, from what I have been told, one of the only Girls Incs. In the nation that incorporates both.
What's Girls Circle?
It's a program, it's basically a type of running a program, and it's ran in a circle format. It helps the girls feel more safe and secure and open. They actually sign kind of contracts that they're going to keep everything inside the circle of trust, basically,
Wow, that's
and not going to go out and spread the confidential things that are talked about, because there's lots of fun stuff, but then there's also some very personal
and
things that can
issues.
be brought up.
Yeah.
So where are these programs currently running in Tehema and Shasta counties?
Right now we're kind of at a break because of the school year, but we do have a summer program starting next week at the Anderson Teen Center that'll run for 3 Tuesdays in a row, and also in Tehama County for 3 consecutive days. And then they're doing a different program each day, and then they are finishing up and all meeting together at the end of the programs and going up to Lassen Park for a 3-day camping trip.
Wow.
Now, how can you find out about that? Where can you find out about any of that information? If you want to sign up your daughter, or you want to just sign up yourself?
All of our information to get involved, get your girls involved, get involved as an adult. If you want to help volunteer, it's all on our website, which is girlsincnsv.org, and all of the information's on there.
So Girls Inc. NSV. What is the NSV?
Of the Northern Sacramento Valley.
Oh, Northern Sacramento Valley. Okay. So Amanda, how did you get involved with it? You're on the board. You're the treasurer.
I am on the board, and I am the treasurer. And an acquaintance of mine that I met through a different nonprofit type organization was involved, and she invited me to an event, and I decided that I had to get involved and do what I could to help support the cause.
That's great.
And how long have you been on the board?
For almost a year now.
So what was most appealing about, there's lots, obviously we just heard about BOLD, the BOLD initiative, and what's different about Girls Inc.?
Well, I think the BOLD initiative is a wonderful organization. Unfortunately, we're not involved in the school district.
Okay.
And so we...
Right
now. So we have some great programs, and I got involved because our motto is to inspire all girls to be strong, smart, and bold. And I was lucky in my life that I had some amazing, strong, smart, and bold women. I like to say I come from a line of strong, smart, and bold women. Whether that's good or bad, I think it's fantastic. People might disagree with me. Not all girls have that. Not all girls have those role models. So we're here to tell all girls that they can do what they want, they can be what they want, and we're here to help build their self-esteem and their self-worth and teach them some everyday life skills that maybe they don't have at home or through their traditional schooling.
Mm-hmm. Now, I do have one question for you, because apparently you guys are doing something with 1,000 women here in Shasta and Tehama. So can you tell us a little bit about what that is? I think it's really exciting. So
we're having our 1,000 women strong, 1,000 women and plenty of good men. We're asking to sign up from Shasta and Tehama counties for our membership drive. So we're asking for $100. Hopefully that'll be $100 every year. It'll be a renewing membership. But some people might not be able to do that every year, but that's what we're looking into.
Yeah.
So that's going to help get all of our community members involved. And it's $100 a year is not unreasonable, and we can make a huge difference in the lives of local girls.
And what would some of those differences be? Just so that we can all kind of
get a vision of what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Well, we have lots of interest from schools and community centers. The issue is funding.
Okay.
So funding to get in those schools and centers to run the programs. The programs are free to the girls and to their families. And so there's a cost to us or to the center to bring us in.
So what kind of programs?
Yeah.
I'm trying to picture what the girls would be doing.
Sure. So the summer camp that we're running, we've got condensed programs because they can run for 12 weeks, an hour a week. And so we're actually condensing down. And the first day they're doing media literacy. So the girls are learning how to analyze the media and what they see on TV. That
take in those messages and
exactly
and deal with that's
and
great.
A lot of young girls, there's a statistic out there that by 5 years old they are considering themselves overweight, or they're looking in the mirror not happy with what they see. And so this, a lot of it comes from what they're, the media and what they're seeing. So this really helps them look realistically
I think that's
at it.
So media literacy, and what are some other things you guys are covering?
Well, the second day is leadership and community action. So they are learning the importance of volunteering in their community and how they can make a difference and the importance of it. And then the third day is sporting chance. So they're getting out and they're getting active, learning how they can exercise at home, even if they don't have the equipment to do it.
That's great. We all could use that one. Maybe I'll go to that class.
Well, and then they're prepping for their camping trip. So they're also going to be working with some maps and how to use maps and GPSs and compasses.
And being out in the wilderness.
Yes.
But I do want to say that part of your 1,000 women is to get the funding to create more programs because they need the facilitators.
Correct.
And so that's kind of the big, like, I know you're asking for a lot of different programs, but it's kind of going off of like, we have money now, this is the program, we have money now, just like every other nonprofit. So it makes it a little difficult in some ways to explain so far out in advance. But
well, and we've been very lucky to receive grants. We just received one from the Redding Rancheria Community Fund.
That's amazing.
So we'll be running economic literacy there. But again, a lot of grants don't cover salaries, and so that's the sticky situation that we're in.
And we pay, our facilitators are paid, so the grant might cover programming, but a lot of our costs in that programming is to pay the facilitator.
Exactly. So because you want the very best.
And where are you finding your facilitators?
They're from the community. They're all trained in the programs. We actually did kind of a drive for new facilitators here this last fall, and we have 6 facilitators trained and ready to go between Shasta and Tehama County, as far as up in Bernie and down to Corning.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you go all the way up to,
Yes.
I guess Bernie is
Up to Bernie and down to Corning. Yeah, well, that's pretty good.
That is.
Especially in the smaller communities.
Yes.
To have a resource like this can be really helpful for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what about transport? Oh, sorry.
No,
sorry,
go
go ahead,
ahead.
Christy. No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I remember seeing something on Facebook about a fundraiser that you did last year at RSA. You did a big gala, right?
Yes.
Tell us about that, and is this going to be ongoing for you guys?
We are having our second annual Girls Inc. Gala, and this year it's going to be on October 4th, and it's a masquerade ball fundraiser. So it's a great event. We had a great turnout last year, and we're hoping that this year will be even better. So
Where's it
very
going to be?
excited.
And again, is that information all on the website?
It's all on the website, so girlsincnsv.org, and you can also sign up for the 1,000 Women Strong on our website as well. And it's going to be at the Red Lion on Hilltop Drive in Reading. So yeah, we're very excited.
So that means it makes it very easy for you to sign up because it's online, totally convenient. All you have to do is pull out your card and do it. Not that I swear I'm not on the board or anything, but it is a great program, and all these programs that we're going to be talking about today, or that we talked about, are just wonderful programs, and our girls really do need people in the community like this. And I think having that 1,000 women, I mean, if, backing that up with something makes everybody want to kind of be a part of that,
Right.
Because we're all pulling together to do it.
So if somebody says, I want to support you, the best thing that they can do is?
Become a member.
Okay.
And maybe inquire about becoming a board member. We're looking for new board members. We're looking, we've got a good group of facilitators, but we're always looking for help at events to help for fundraising. And
Christy might have to come be your facilitator. One of your facilitators on communication.
I think it's a great, I think they're doing some amazing things, which is exciting. Be sure and check out their website. You're going to want to look at the website, Girls Inc. NSV.org. Okay, Girls Inc. NSV.org. And then bold is on the Tehama County Office of Education that we had earlier. Thanks for watching. It's been a great and quick show. We'll look forward to seeing you next week.